Welcome back. The University of South Dakota basketball teams are full-fledged Summit League members this year. Jay Elson is our USD guy, host of Coyote Corner on Tuesday nights here on Midcoast Sports Network, covers the Coyotes all year. And talk about the men's basketball team, Jay. What's kind of the general outlook for this team this year?
Well, you know, they've got holes to fill, certainly. They lost 4 starters from last year's team, including their potent backcourt of Charlie Westbrook and Louis Krogman. That accounted for 50% of their offense, so certainly some big holes to fill on the offensive end. Not to mention athletically, and they've got a lot of young guys, a couple of junior college transfers that are helping to fill those voids. But overall, I think it's a little bit to be determined. Certainly some potential there, just a matter of learning to play together and developing that chemistry.
Right. They did have a good opening weekend. The Yotes played their Summit League opener at home against Western Illinois. Big test for South Dakota, hosting a team picked to finish second in the league this year, and Western Illinois looked good. Ceola Clark, one big reason why they're picked that high. He made 4 threes, had 20 to lead his team, and he would hit the big winner later on in the ballgame. JaVale Miles, point guard, scores a lot of points, dishes it off to Trevor Gruis here for the Yotes. 5 assists for Miles and 11 points for Trevor Gruis. Terrell Parks is the other big man for Western Illinois. Watch him follow on the miss here. Boom, 14 points, 9 rebounds in the game for Terrell Parks. USD trailed by 14 in the first half, came all the way back, tied it on a 3 by Miles with 7 seconds left in the game. But Western Illinois gives the ball to Ceola Clark III, cool and calm, and the floater, and the win, 73-71, Western Illinois. All right, Elson, tough way to lose your opener. What did Dave Boots have to say about this one?
Overall, obviously disappointment. Anytime you lose a close game, especially on a buzzer beater, it's going to be a tough one to swallow, especially when you feel like you could have won the game. And they were certainly in position to do that. They scored 19 points in the first half, but then came back and got 52 on Western Illinois. This is a team that was ranked 3rd in the nation in scoring defense coming in and giving up 49 points per game. So you drop 52 on that defense, that's pretty impressive. So to come away short, that's difficult to swallow, certainly.
Right. Clark might do that to some other teams later on this season as well. The Coyotes came back on Saturday night, and they did get their first Summit League win. JaVale Miles and the Coyotes bounced back in a big way against IUPUI on Saturday. Miles did not miss in the first half. Pops 3, he made 3 of those, and then Kerem Brosen ahead to Miles, finishes and 1. John Hart trying to keep the Jags in it. He was 12 of 25 from the field, took 14 threes and made 5 of them. 29 in the ball game. That one just inside the three-point line for John Hart. But back to Miles, though. A rebound and the push ahead to Jordan Boots in the corner, and Bootsy knocks down 3. And then Miles, tough shot on the baseline is good. Everything was good in the first half. Another pull-up 3 by Miles. He made all 8 shots he took in the half, and the Coyotes led 49-33 at halftime. Second half, deeper 3 from Miles, of course, good. P.J. Hubert will hit the 3 here for IUPUI. The Jags made 9 threes compared to 6 for the Coyotes, but Brandon Boss, a good game off the bench, 2 of his 16. Miles goes for 26, and the Coyotes get their first league win, 88-68. All right, JaVale Miles, he looks very good. He's got 1 season with the Yotes, but where did he come from?
Well, he started at Tallahassee Community College in Florida and then went to Kansas State for a year, and things didn't work out, and for one reason or another. But he had a mentor and an AAU coach that helped him find a home with Dave Boots and the Coyotes, and so he made his way here and sat out last season, obviously with transfer rules, but has been chopping at the bit to get going. And you hear a lot about just how explosive he can be on the offensive end of the floor, and we saw that Saturday. Yeah,
not bad. 26 in the win over IUPUI. Now the South Dakota women, they have a new player as well. Her name is Nicole Seekamp. She led the Yotes to a win at home on Saturday night. The Coyotes hosting Utah Valley, a team averaging 66 points a game, but the Yotes held them way under that in this one, although they did have some highlights early. Allie Cardell there on the first one. Sammy Jensen for 2 of her 10. That was a team high for Utah Valley. And then a 3 for Sydney Gray, but they only made a couple of those and shot 36%. USD, meanwhile, knocking down threes. Heidi Hoff knocks that one down. Alexis Yackley to Nicole Seekamp for 3. She was 4 of 8 on threes. And then Hoff again to fellow freshman Margaret McLeod right here. McLeod had 9 points and 10 rebounds for USD. Off the deflection, working out well for the Coyotes. Yackley, one of her 5 assists. Seekamp, for 3 more. USD was 7 of 17 on threes in the first half and led 41-29 at the break. Second half, a little more of the same. Yotes give up the coast-to-coast layup there, but Seacamp doing her thing. Sophomore from Australia with another 2. And then Polly Harrington, a junior transfer from Kansas City. She had a double-double, 16 points, 11 rebounds, 7 offensive boards. And head coach Amy Williams gets her 3rd win at USD, 100th of her career, 72-48. All right, Jay, the USD women lost a great scorer in Amber Hagee from last year. Is Seacamp kind of easing some of that pain right now?
She's certainly helping. There's no question, especially on the offensive end. She's not the dominating player that Hagee could be both inside, outside, both ends of the floor necessarily. But Seacamp is certainly a point guard that has her entire life distributed the basketball mostly, and this is from Amy Williams, but they're asking her to be more of a scorer, which is a bit of an adjustment for her, and so she's been taking a lot of shots, and at times, as you know, when you're shooting, they don't always fall, but more often than not so far, they've fallen, and she's turning out to be a pretty special player, and she's going to be in a Coyote uniform for quite a while. So they found a good one. That's for sure.
Seems like a good fit with Yackley at the point guard spot and Seacamp scoring some points. All right. Thanks, Jay. USD is home. The women against Dakota State on Thursday, and then they play at Kansas State on Sunday. Thanks, Jay. Much more women's basketball when we come back, including UND at NDSU and South Dakota State at home against the Beast from the Big East and a mid-major top 5 team from Middle Tennessee.